And finally, here's the game changer. Here's the moment that if you didn't realize yet, you're gonna realize now and be like, oh my God. Because you might be thinking, okay, there's some data that is already in Ahrefs. So what we did is transfer it here. So I guess you don't have to go to Ahrefs to check it. I guess it saves some time, but no, this is the game changer. Normally, for example, this file, I have it set up as default as volume. The ones with the most volume, remember, not the keywords, but the actual groups with the most volume come first. And from here is where I try to sort of look or filter by words to see what the opportunities are. But what I can do now is go to this lovely column and identify where it is here, minimum DR. And I can identify, sort by lowest minimum DR. So I can identify the situations where indeed, if we were to check Ahrefs, there's a 0 DR URL, which is literally no SEO power at all, that somehow they've managed to get in the rankings. So if they can do it with 0 DR, we can definitely do it. You get my point. So now instead of starting to check just randomly by the most popular ones, I can sort and then check these opportunities that just came out and I never knew about them, and there's no way I would have been able to filter because I would have had to check one by one in Ahrefs. So I save hundreds of hours. So all of these you see here, if I was to search them, they have minimum one website that has 0 DR. And then I can start to play with other filters like, okay, let's look at 0, but then let's look at the average. Because the lower the average, maybe, you know, for this one, there's like a random 0 there, but all the other ones are super high. But for this one, in fact, I can actually see here, there's a 0 one there, a 1 there, and another 0. So this keyword, for whatever reason, which is sock shoes for toddlers, so that's definitely a transactional, not a blog, has 3 websites that have 0 SEO power ranking there. And of course you can play around with all the other filters like traffic and so on. So you might want to go 0, then we go here and we filter by the average should be, let's say, less than 50. Let's put minimum DR 0, so we see only those. And whether it's traffic or amount of keywords doesn't matter. Let's say, for example, traffic, we want to put sort by the most traffic. So we see the ones that all those competitors here get a lot of traffic. So let's say this page right here, Barefoot Store, it will be a transactional, or this transactional, or for example, this blog right here would be one of the best opportunities out of 66,000. Remember, 66,000 keywords, we would have had to sort of scroll and check everything, but now, boom, we saw the opportunities. And the reason why there's only a few here is because I actually didn't add all the data for this client yet. Once I add it, it will look much bigger than this. It might sound a bit complicated, but the fact that I gave you the formula, and if you follow this video and the context behind it, and you have an Ahrefs account, you'll be able to execute exactly this, and hopefully it's helpful. Now is your turn.